Basically, at the time of the accident, I was filling the role of an apprenticeship. We were doing a lot of framing of houses. I remember being up on top of the roof one day. We weren't tied off or anything. I remember saying to my coworker on that day, I'm like, wow, if we ever fell from here, we'd be dead. The best I can tell you is what I've been told, because I do not remember that day or the days leading up to it. There was two of us, myself and a coworker, and we were each on a ladder side by side. And I guess from what I'm told is as we got to the top of the ladder, the bottom of the ladder pushed on that board, it kicked it out. So the scaffolding tipped backwards and we fell. It was in the middle of winter, so like the ground was frozen. It was as hard as it gets. It was about 35 feet that we fell. I guess shock kicked in at that point. I walked into the basement, opened the door, I walked in, and I collapsed. And then all I kept saying was, I give up. I think it was, I give up, sweetie, I give up, sweetie, I give up, sweetie. Assuming I would have been talking to my wife.
And like, what were you giving up? Like, you were in so much pain, or?
Yeah, I think probably the amount of injuries that I suffered, broken bones, head trauma. I'm assuming that's what I was saying. Don't like to think about it. Don't like to view myself as someone that would give up like that, but not much I could do.
We call timeout now, eh? Hey, Orange! Timeout. When we get turns, we score them. When we need a reset, we have it. All right? This isn't about like, okay, let's be happy about this. We're shit in the bed. We're not looking good. So it's not time to panic. That's not what I'm saying. But it's time to play like we fucking know we can, okay? Be the champs that you are and go out there and win this game. All right? We're starting right now. Reset. Boom. Go, zero fucking zero. Zero. Go it on 3. 1, 2, 3, go!
At every halftime we say 0-0. Fucking reality is it's not 0-0. All right? We're in a hole. Everyone has to get engaged. On the field, off the field. It is now a full team game. The game it should have been from the whole time is that every person at every single moment is involved. We got 10 minutes. Think about what you need to do this half as a teammate, on the field or off the field, to make sure that we come back and we win this game with authority. Okay, let's go, boys.
Go. Let's go. Go. might be an understatement, but this hasn't been our best game. So we're not doing all the things that we can do, like throwing, running, catching, winning our matchups. But hey, that's the way it is. It's just fucking one game. It's just one game on a Thursday. Remember all everybody was saying how it didn't matter? We thought it mattered, but maybe we will think it didn't matter.
That's it, Sam. No line. No line, no line. Yes,
Way to smack it down.
Those games where the wheels fall off, like everything falls apart, that doesn't happen very often.
Every team has that game where they just can't put it together and things go wrong. It's been a long time since we've had one of those games. I kind of feel like we felt we were over that. Like, you know, we played to our level.
There was a certain amount of disappointment already, because I think, you know, you sort of realized that how quickly you can jeopardize the vision you had of how things were going to go.
Because I know that they really focused on getting back on Derek and pushing him up, because they watched him do this move on Ironside 50 times.
Kind of underlying thing that like undermined us for that game had a lot more to do with, you know, we're just not doing what we need to do from a perspective of run, throw, catch.
The knee-jerk reaction after a game like that is to try to analyze everything. But I think we also recognize that that was only the first game of Nationals, and that game wasn't going to define our tournament.
The American Ultimate Disc League, North America's fastest growing professional ultimate league. The best players now playing in more cities. Join us for all of the action.
I remember waking up in the hospital, my wife right beside me, and her basically holding me down. I just remember her constantly having to repeat the same thing over and over, a good 20, 30 times for me to be able to grasp it. The forehead was basically compressed, so they actually put in a metal plate to, I guess, form the skull. There's 14 broken bones in all. I shattered my elbow, broke my kneecap, I broke my left wrist. Like, there were 6 surgeries I had. At the time, my son was 6 months old, and there was no mention the first few days of him. My wife never talked about him, never mentioned anything about him. Her focus was on me. It was about the 4th day I remember I was still lying in the bed. I couldn't get out of bed. I knew my wife was coming in to visit at a certain time. I just expected her. She came in with Aiden, and I forgot. I forgot that we had a son. Don't think I've cried so much in my life. It was just, I was happy, sad, angry at the same time. I was angry at myself for not remembering. I knew it wasn't my fault later, but at the time I was angry. How could I forget my son?